Hey guys, Woo here, and I'm back with another Division 2 build for PvE, and today, this is my DDT build. Yes, I'm continuing with the WWE theme. It is the DDT build, hardwired. Guys, this is crazy. It gives you everything on this build. It gives you survivability, it gives you tankiness, it gives you damage, it gives you yet an insane amount of skill power, 3k skill power, which means you can utilize the best mods in the game with this build. You can face tank and you can have a lot of fun with this build. And I'm also utilising a very underused perfect weapon, which I'll talk about very shortly. But guys, yes, hardwired is the go-to skill build. There are plenty of skill build options out there. Hardwire gives you the versatility and it gives you the utility to use with your team. It is a perfect synergy team based skill, and I love rolling hardwired in PvE content. Even in PvP, hardwired has a huge value in a group. And guys, yes, as you can see in the footage, this is heroic content, and guys, it's just smashing it through like a piece of cake. There's no issues, no worries whatsoever. Me and the guys have absolutely smashed it. Yes, heroic isn't all what he's made out to be anymore, because we've made builds that are insane, and this build follows that trend. Check out my DDT hardwired build. Guys, let's do this. Yes guys, Woo's back with another Division 2 build, and yes guys, hardwired, and I'm showcasing you this, if I can get it out of my bloody mouth because I'm that excited, is hardwired DDT style. Yet Jake the Snake Roberts absolutely cooking with this build. It is insane. I'm going to continue with the WWE gifts and memes and you know it builds. So guys, yes, I hope you enjoy this one. If you do, you want to drop a like. It means the world to me. If I get 100, I will deliver you the Sting Scorpion Death Drop build. Yes, courtesy of my good man Mike Seldy. Thank you very much, sir, for giving me this little bit of material. If you want to see this, guys, drop a like. 100 likes on this video, and I will drop that in the coming days. Now, if you do enjoy my content, please subscribe. Yeah, it means the world to me. It really does. My aim is 5k before Christmas. I have less than 28 days, so you know what to do. Press the sub button, and I'll be eternally grateful. Okay, anyway, guys, this week the clan vendor is selling, yes, this on the screen right now, a mod which gives you armor, 10% explosive resistance and protection from elites to 2%. Ignore that, that's crap. What you need to focus on is 10% explosive resistance. Now, the devs said a little while ago they were going to sort out Negotiator's Dilemma. They're going to rework that particular gear set because, yeah, the free piece is an absolute cheese fest. It really is. So, I honestly feel that devs have given us this to give us a bit more resistance in PvP. Again, when you face Negotiator Dilemma builds, yes, all that cheese, then yes, it gives you that little bit of resilience to kind of fight that build. So yes, guys, hazard protection, explosive resistance, and then you're laughing all the way to the cheese bank. Definitely. So guys, pick these up in abundance now. Okay, the build. Yes, guys, DDT hardwired. Let's do this. Okay, guys, yes. Woo's back, and I'm back with, yes, a Woo build. This is awesome. I love this build, and it's something I wanted to share with you today. Now, not many people will roll with the said weapon of choice because they will feel infinitely it is shit. I tell you that it is not shit. It's a great weapon to use in PvE. I wouldn't really recommend it in PvP, but for PvE, it does what it exactly does for me on the tin. And that's just, it refills my ammo. So I can keep spamming and spamming bullets into NPCs, and hopefully they melt like butter. Guys, yes, Nerf gun specialization. That is the spec of choice, and that's because I need 3k skill power on this build. If I'm not rolling with the Nerf gun specialization, that nerfs it down, so to speak, to around about 2,100. So Rolling with this, again, that gives you that 50% extra skill power, which is integral to the build. Not to mention the 10% skill damage, which is also key. Now, with this build, it's hardwired. I'm rolling with 4 offensive stats, 9 defensive stats, and 10 utility. Now, what a lot of skill builds will do, they will utilize the BTSU gloves, which I don't blame them. They are great. They're great if you want to sit there in cover and spam your skills, spam your Seekers, Turret, Hive, Stinger, so on and so on. If you want to spam them, yes, the BTSU gloves is your choice. That's cool. However, I've opted because I want to deal some damage. I want to use my weapon. I want to use my LMG and to ensure that I can just instill a little bit of carnage into the build. So I've opted for something a little bit different. So let's go for the build. We'll start with the mask. The mask is hardwired, and that is set bonus 2, 3, and 4. Now I've activated them all because I've got the 4-piece equipped. Now what that does, it gives me 20% skill power. Set bonus 3 is Tamper Proof. Electrify your deployed skills, which is your hive, your turrets, and your pulse sensor, causing enemies wandering too close to be shocked. Can occur every 10 seconds. Feedback loop. Killing with a skill resets the cooldown of your other skill. Repairing a friendly agent's armor from 0 resets the cooldown of your skills. Can only occur every 15 seconds. When a skill cooldown ends or reaches full charges, gain bonus damage and repair to all skills for 15 seconds. It's quite a nice little bit of attribute to have on the build. Definitely hardwired, 4-piece is key. Now, hardwired is insane. One thing you'll see as I go for the build, there is no skill haste other than the backpack, which is just Epsilon armor. That's 20% skill haste. So I don't want any skill haste on the build. I don't. Simply because I can invest in other stats, i.e. damage or armor, to make me tankier. And in doing so, you look at the feedback loop talent. That gives me, again, the cooldown of skills, again, just awesome on this. So every 15 seconds, you can get your skills back. So why would I need to invest in skill haste? I don't really need to do so. So hardwired, what I would recommend, because it's my honest opinion, you do what you ever so wish. For me, I don't want any skill haste on the build, because I know for a fact every 15 or 20 seconds, wherever it may be, that I will get my skills back. Use your noggin on this build. If you do, happy days. The attributes, damage to elite at 50% and health. Damage to elite is key because you want to deal as much damage as possible. This is for heroic content, may I add. This is not just for your, again, just casual farming. By all means, you can do so if you want to use that build. That's great for casual farming, but I use this for end game. This is for the very minimum challenging content. Heroic, you will laugh with this build. But damage to elite, you need to get that as an attribute on your mask. Now, the utility slot is skill power, bleed damage, and extra outgoing healing. The chest piece, again, it's hardwired, and the attributes skill power, total armor, and health. And the utility system mod is skill power, bleed damage, armor, explosive resistance, total armor, and weapon damage, LMG damage, and rifle damage. Now the holster is skill power, nice, sexy health, and 27330. Yes, that's quite nice to have on the build. You can see there where this is a good holster to have. Also has 2 utility mod slots, a skill power, bleed damage, and more skill power, yes, with bleed damage. So this is really nicely rolled holster for me. And the knee pads, yes, the last piece are hardwired, and it's got a 10% total armor rolled onto the attribute. You can get 12%, however, there's a few 12% I have on different builds, so this is the next best option. If I get 11%, again, I would have just been over 300k with this build. Skill power, bleed damage, burn damage, and the defensive mod is armor, explosive resistance, and total armor. Now, that's the hardwired gear set. Let's take a look at the 2 high ends I have in my gear. We'll start with the gloves. The gloves is the contractor's gloves, which is the perfect named attribute, or perfect named talent. Now, with this is the Petrov Defense Group, and that's 10% LMG damage. I've rolled LMG damage onto the build because, again, I want to deal some damage. It just makes sense. I want to use my guns. It's simple as that. So 12%. So there's 22% right there. 4% assault rifle damage and 102 skill power. Skill power, yeah, it does a little bit for me, but the assault rifle damage, that does diddly squat. So that's redundant on this build. But the talent Perfect Terminate. Depleting an enemy's armor grants 40% skill damage for 15 seconds. Kills refresh this. Now with this, we know that BTSU gloves, they will offer me a bit more skill power and offer me another armor mod slot. So again, it makes me a little bit tankier. Yes, by all means, you are correct. However, it doesn't give me the contractor's gloves. It doesn't give me perfect terminate. It does not give me 12% LMG damage. So that's 22% extra damage and perfect terminate. So I'm doing some extra skill damage anyway. Not as much as the BTSU gloves, but still a good, healthy amount of skill damage. But makes me do some weapon damage, and that's exactly what I want. Now the backpack is Alp Summer Armament. Again, it's that 20% skill haste, as I mentioned earlier. So 29,000 health, nearly 11,000 armor, perfect tech support, which is kills by active skills and explosives grant plus 30% skill damage for 10 seconds. That's great. This is better than standard tech support. So I'm going to get extra, I believe, 5% skill damage. That's nice. That's what you need on this build. You want to deal as much damage with your skills as possible, given the balance between weapon damage as well. So this is what I've opted for on the build. Now, I have the talent hardened for 15% armor. Again, just to make me a bit more tankier. Skill power, reload speed, explosive damage, skill power, headshot kill XP, and explosive damage are the mods of choice. Now the weapons. The weapon is the Tabula Rasa. Now this is, I've not seen a build video using this weapon. And again, someone will say in the comment section, that's because the weapon is shit. It always happens. Someone will always say it. Well, I've tested this heroic content. You've seen the footage. Tested this challenging content. It's great. I've tried it on my own, solo. It's great. And I'm utilising the talent, the perfect talent, which gives me extra ammo. Yes. So let's go through it. Now, the damage is 22.3k. RPM is 610. There's 48 in the mag, or is there? Now, perfectly steady-handed. Landing a shot adds a stack of bonus 4% weapon handling. Max stack is 10. So if we do the math, that's 10 times 4, that's 40% weapon handling. I'll take that. That's decent. So that's one half of the talent. The second half is at max stack, each shot landed has a 10% chance to consume the weapon handling bonus and refill the magazine. Yes. So each shot after that, again, you've got 10% chance to again refill your mag. And guys, it happens more than you know. It's every other mag I find that this comes back. And I've synergized this with the middle talent extra to give me more in the mag. It's simple as that. This gives me an extra 8 or 9 bullets. Great, exactly what I want in the build. Also, in rhythm. While equipped, enemy kills have a 5% chance to refresh active skill cooldowns. Can occur once every 60 seconds. Now with this, again, I'm rolling hardwired, so now you can kind of understand why I could get my skills back even faster than 15 seconds because of in rhythm. So every minute, I will guarantee to get this back. It's not this 5% chance, it always works for me on this build. It's crazy. So in rhythm, great talent to have somewhere out of your free weapons. I've opted for this on the primary weapon. Now on the secondary weapon, sorry, let's go back. I'm going too quick. So the mods, accuracy rounds, critical chance, and damage to elites. This is the generic slot for me, and plus also the solid red Tabula Rasa skin, which is nice. I'll take this. Now the Tabula Rasa is a variant of the custom L86, which was a great weapon in old school Div 1. I used to use that a lot of the time in PvP. It's a great LMG. I've not really used this in PvP, and I don't think I will, in all fairness. I'll test it, but yeah, I'm not too sure. This is more of a PvE build for me. Now, the secondary is my military G36. I'm using that not for that talent or that talent, but this talent rooted. While equipped and in cover, all skill damage and healing is increased by 25% for 10 seconds. Buff is lost when next in cover, can occur once per 60 seconds. That's why I'm using this particular weapon. It's given the extra skill damage. And the mods, accuracy rounds, critical chance, and damage to elites. Now, the holstered weapon, the sidearm, is the Liberty Exotic Pistol. Again, not many people would use this as their sidearm. I'm using this because of the holstered talent. Independence. And again, remember, I'm using this build in heroic content. Also, I'll use this in a little bit of, yeah, you guessed it, challenging content, but more so in heroic missions. Now with this, again, while holstered, destroying weak points refills 20% of your current weapons magazine. Again, guys, aim for the weak points, happy days.
it'll get you 20% of your mag back, which is another, yeah, it's about 8-9 bullets. Again, couple that with perfectly steady-handed, so there's a good chance to get a lot of ammo back just by shooting your weapon strategically, may I add. So yeah, this is a good talent to have on the build. And the talents, again, as I said, I'm not using this as a primary weapon or secondary just for my holstered talent. But the mods, critic chance, damage release, rate of fire, and stability. Now we take a look at the skills. Now the first skill is the Hive Stinger. Now it's a refill speed of 3.4 seconds, which is a little bit on the low side in all fairness. 22 charges, 8 meter range, 131k damage, PvP 21k damage, however this is PvE. The mods are damage, charges, and some more charges. That's what I'm utilising on this build. By all means, you can go for radius to get the extra radius, bump it up to about 15 meters. That's fine, but I like the extra charges in the Hive. I prefer 22. I think that works a little bit better than a slightly wider range. Now, my primary skill is Cluster Seeker Mine. I've opted to roll this a little bit differently. I've tested it both ways, with more clusters and less clusters, and I'm finding more success with this build with this setup. Now, cooldown is 50 seconds. And someone will go, that is crap, my cooldown is 15 seconds. My cooldown is 12 seconds. There you go, fella, you win a medal. That's no problem. With this, I said, there's no skill haste on this build. None, other than the backpack at 20%. So, Hardwired does all the work for me. Simple as that. A kill with your other skill will bring the primary skill back. Easy. So, I've opted for this. 50-second cooldown, 650-316 damage on the clusters, 3 mines, 4 meter radius, PvP damage 162578, and all my mods are, you guessed it, damage. That's it. You can see 2 really good rolled mods and a decent rolled mod. I've got another 90% E. I'll be laughing all the way to the bank, but yeah, as you can see, I'm in a good place. I mean, you could change it to get 6 cluster mines and take one of these off. By all means, that is up to you. I've just opted for this. I've tested them both, and for me personally, I feel this sits better with me. And the reason being is the extra damage does take out NPCs quicker. That's what I found with the clusters. That will give them a little bit of a tickle if there's 9 of them. But if there is 3, again, with the higher damage, it is doing more of a kick. And again, it's taking enemies out, and it procs Hardwired more often. That's what I found on this build. Again, this is for heroic content. By all means, you do it as you so desire. I've opted for this, and this works best for me. Now, as you can see, 22.3k base damage. My armor is 298.8k, so that's nearly 300k. My health is 144k and 3k skill power, so I can unlock all the best mods that are in the game. Now, the stats. Okay, so my critic chance is 5%, not a lot. Crit damage 25, headshot damage 65, accuracy 10%. Now, I've got a mighty 1% all weapon damage bonus, but I have 42% LMG damage, and that's exactly what I want, stacking where possible. So 15% from the specialization. We've got 10% from the gloves. We have 12%, yes, 12% from Perfect Terminate on that set as well, so we're in a good place. And plus there's 5% as a mod, so there's 42% in total. That's what I've opted for, to do some damage with my primary weapon. 55% damage to elites, that's nice. If you can get hard hitting on your backpack, happy days. You're in a good place. Explosive damage 6%, not a lot in all fairness, but again, the Seekers do a decent job. You could get more explosive damage on your mods and remove better bleed damage. It's entirely up to you. Now my armor, there you go, 300k. My max health 145k. Health regen 72,000. Explosive resistance 7%. And there you have it. See, 20% skill haste. Because hardwired, you don't need any skill haste. It's simple as that. So this is the build, guys. This is the build we're using heroic content, and it is cakewalking content as well. Let me know what you think of the Tabula Rasa. This was a clan vendor pickup a few weeks back. I've had a few drop in the meantime as well. I've had this drop in the DZ as well, and I thought, screw it, I'm going to use it. No one else is. I'm going to use it, do a video, and I'm loving it. It is a really strong LMG. I love the Pestilence. The Pestilence is also a great option on this build. However, it is entirely up to you what you roll with. There's no right or wrong answer. But this is a very good strategic way. And let me show you in the range what I'm talking about. Let's just switch this from easy to medium to hard to very hard. And I'll briefly show you how it works. And just watch the ammo. Perfect Terminate, obviously procs. You see that proc there? You see it procced again. So again, it works every other time, which is pretty good. And you see there's bullets that get returned into the mag. I'm trying to look at that and aim as well, which is really bad for me. So forgive the potato I might add at the same time. But yeah, this is it. That's the Tabula Rasa. This is hardwired. This is my build, guys. Let me know what you think in the comment section.